Well, hello, hello, Young and the Restless Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Monday, August the 14th, 2023. Monday, August the 14th. Well, it is officially wedding day for Ashley and Tucker. You know what was so funny? Tracy's there trying to readjust the flowers before she's dressed, goes to get dressed for the wedding. She wants everything just right. They did have the Chancellor Mansion just decorated perfectly, for the wedding. Looked cute with all those flowers. And Ashley comes in, she's looking all nervous, and Ashley goes, Mom, Tracy goes, you looking all worried, Ashley. She goes, no, just, pre-wedding jitters. And she goes, I really shouldn't have them. It's not my first wedding. And so Tracy's like, perfectly natural, it's perfectly natural. So she goes, look, I better run and get dressed myself. So Tracy leaves, and Abby says, Mom, you do look a little extra nervous, apprehensive. You do not have to get married. She says, no, I'm going to get married. I love Tucker. That's that, right? So we have Devon, he has Tucker over at the GCAC there at the bar. Audra comes up and Devon has to take a business call and congratulates Tucker. And Tucker says, you got good news for me yet? She goes, working on it. The package is on its way. And he goes, so that's not what I wanted to hear. She said, that's the way it is. And she just looks at him and she goes, have a great wedding. Again, congratulations. And she walks away. She goes to the jazz lounge. So Kyle comes into the jazz lounge and he's smug self. And she goes, he goes, what's going on with you? You look like something's bothering you. She goes, yeah, there's a situation that's come up from my past and, past company and blah, blah, blah. So he goes, well, you want to share? I'm here to listen. She goes, no, some confidential stuff. And trust me, like I like what's going on with us, but you ain't in like that, right? She's not willing to share with him like that. So then they take it up to the bed, to the room, to her room. Let's get my mind off of this or whatever. This chick, for once, they finally got the bra off of her. Look, let's be real. We know it's a tube top under there. We know that, but whatever. There's something with her. She doesn't want not an ounce of nothing to show. This chick, as they're turning around, she has the covers up so high she almost covers her chin up her chin as she turns over. And I'm like, okay, what's going on with you? Are you married and to somebody that's super jealous, saying, look, I don't want the camera showing no part of my wife's body or whatever. I mean, yeah, if she's got a bra on, she'll open up her top. But anything else, I'm thinking, what? Even I watched her with that sheet. Yes, women politely in soaps keep the sheet from showing anything, but it's loose. She was clenching it, trying to get, at one point she had it way up here. And I said, girl, what is going on? You're so obvious with that. I could tell she has not done a lot of love scenes. And I'm like, well, you got the wrong part because you're tart behind, because she's a tart, sleeping with anybody, everybody, right? It was Tucker. Now it's Kyle. It's going to be Adam next. 100% going to be Adam next. So you should definitely be used to everybody seeing you naked. So anyway, she tells Kyle hypotheticals. She doesn't tell him what the case was about, what she helped cover up. She doesn't tell him none of that because she don't want him judging her. Plus, they just got together. You don't tell everybody your secrets. So from the little bit she told him, Kyle, she did say Adam is involved and blah, blah, blah. So Kyle gives her some kind of plan. We didn't hear it. The last scene that we saw those two, she goes, I like that plan. She says, I'm wondering why didn't I think of that plan first? So whatever the plan is, we shall see. She goes to see Nikki, and well, actually, she don't go to see Nikki. She goes to see Victor at the end of the show. late too, right? So she walks in and she says, "Hello, Mrs. Newman. I didn't know I'd be seeing you here." Nikki looked at her and says, "Why not? I live here." Exactly. Why wouldn't she see you there? She lives there. What you think you just gonna waltz up in her house and you got her husband all to yourself? No. Nikki been there, done that. No, I'm here at night. What do you want? Right? And so she goes, and I'm here to tell you, mentioning the whole merger thing, what you said earlier today, it still ain't gonna fly with me and Victor. And so she goes, "No, I need to talk to you about a problem regarding your son," she tells Victor. And they just look at her. So they leave it there, right? But anyway, we'll see what plan they got in mind. I think they're trying to out and double cross Adam, but we'll see. Whatever it is, it ain't gonna work. She'll think it's working, but that business is gonna come out. It absolutely 100% is going to come out. So now we have wedding. Ashley's dressed. Um, Jack and Tracy and Diane haven't arrived, and Ashley's like, "Look, Abby, she's coming down the stairs. Billy and Chelsea are there. They were on time, right?" She's like, "Look, let's get started." She goes, "But Uncle Jack," he goes, "Look, no, I am not letting Jack hold up my wedding. Let's get started now, Abby. I want to get married now." So she goes, "Okay." So Abby turns and says, "Everybody take your places." And so Tucker's standing there, and Devon is next to him, and then the minister steps in the center, and Tucker's looking like, "Oh, my bride, my bride, my bride," right? So as Ashley's, she was already at the bottom of the stairs, but she steps off, getting ready to step to the bottom, ground level, and the front door opens. Jack goes, "I hope we didn't hold up everything." And Ashley just looks at him. She said, "No, actually, we were getting started without you, Jack." And he looked, yeah. And so Tracy's like, "You look beautiful, Ashley. You look beautiful." She goes, "Thank you, Tracy." And they go, Tracy goes scurry into her seat. And Jack just looks and he escorts Diane in and they take a seat. So now Abby's walking her mom down the aisle to Tucker, and he's got that little boyish grin on his face. He looks so, sometimes Trevor St. John has the funniest facial expressions. So the minister says whatever he's going to say. Then he gets to the part, at some point, he thought they were going to say vows to each other. So he goes, and now the couple's going to say vows to each other. And Tucker looks at Ashley. He goes, did you write vows? And she goes, "No, did you?" He's like, "No." So she goes, "Well, you know what?" He goes, "We can just wing it." And everybody's looking. And so they were very unconventional vows, whatever, you know, talked about the past. This is not their first, but whatever floats your boat. So then in the end, when the minister says, "You may now kiss your bride," I wonder who noticed, like I noticed. Okay. That had to be the weirdest kiss Ashley ever did. Tucker's pulling her into him. She's leaning forward, but then she goes like, for she throws her flowers, Abby catches them, then she goes like, "Oh, wait, wait." He's here trying to kiss her. She's like, "Wait, oh, oh, oh." I'm like, what was that? That was horrible. That right there should have told Tucker, "Oh my, Ashley, I'm hating what she's doing to him. Hating it." She did everything but have her fingers crossed when she said her wedding vows. Because when you cross your fingers and you have them hidden and you say wedding vows, and when the ceremony's over, do you know you're not really married? Anybody know that? That ain't true. But that's what people, I have my fingers crossed. But anyway, that kiss was the worst. And to me, it was disrespectful. But anyway, um, Everybody's congratulating them, and Jack is over in the corner, and Kyle comes busted in late, saying, "Oh, sorry, I'm late. Ooh, I guess I'm very late." And I'm thinking, you were invited? Yeah, that is your Aunt Ashley, but you ain't been around, buddy. So Jack says, Diane says something. He goes, no. She goes, didn't you have something you were going to do? And he goes, well, I'm ready. I'm going to do it right now. I've got one thing up my sleeve, or whatever he says. So he pulls it. She goes, Ashley goes, what about you, Jackie? Are you going to congratulate me? And she takes Tucker's hands and she puts them around her waist. And are you going to welcome Tucker into the family? So he looks at Ashley. He goes, well, I'm going to let my wife, Diane, go first. And he kind of pulls Diane and puts her in front of him. And Diane is like, kind of like, oh, okay. And so Diane's like, wishing you and Tucker all the best. And so she goes in to hug Ashley, and Ashley's kind of like, oh, what? You know, no, but you know. So anyway, they both like, yeah, no. Jack never once congratulated her. See, whatever. He goes, and Kyle had come in at that point. And so Jack goes, I have a wedding gift for you, Ashley. And he takes this piece of paper out of his pocket and he gives it to her. And she says, what is this? So she opens it and she reads it. She goes, is this for real, Jack? You're giving me all of my company assets out of Jabot, separating them from Jabot? And he says, yes. And she looks at Tucker. Tucker looks at her like, I don't believe it, but okay, whatever. And Kyle's looking like, wait, what? And so Billy had been wrestling back and forth with how he's going to handle the situation. And he told Chelsea that, Ashley's making him a tempting offer, but he just doesn't want to be that guy. But he finds himself being lured back into that, right? Which I knew he was going to be. And he didn't know which way he was going to go. Then Chelsea wasn't trying to convince him. This is a path he's got to go down himself, right? Between his siblings. And so after Jack gave Ashley that piece of paper, Billy said, it tells Chelsea, it's crystal clear what I'm going to do now. So I don't know what that meant. I don't know what that meant at all. But that was it. Nothing else happened. You know what was so funny to me? What Abby said when Ashley was upstairs getting ready. Now, everybody remembers little Dom, right? Little Dom actually should have been turning 2 this summer, right? Is it 2? Yeah, should be about 2. Wow, somewhere close to it. She comes in the room. She says, Dom is so disappointed. He can't be the ring bearer. He has the sniffles. And I thought, what does that little kid know about being a ring bearer? What does he know about a wedding that's going to happen 2 hours from now downstairs? You see how young he is? That was the stupidest line in the whole show. Bottom line, they didn't want to pay the little kid for the day. Fine. All Abby had to say is, I am so disappointed Dominic has not been feeling well, so he can't be ring bearer, Mom. That would have sounded better. My goodness gracious. So let's go to comment corner. Shaletta says, Daniel would have wanted his mother to go to jail. So Lily would have confronted 90. Can't do the pity party. I don't quite understand. So Lily would have comforted 90. Dito says, hey, yeah, all, I'm still here. I just have a few comments. In the earlier version of Adam Newman, played by Michael Mooney, or whatever, how you pronounce his name, Adam ran his own hedge fund business. Yep. Victor was the one who kept encouraging him to come under the Newman umbrella every time. As for some of Adam's actions in regards to my girl Audra, he isn't doing anything that Victor Newman wouldn't have done in the past or even present, for that matter, Deedles. So everyone needs to keep that in mind. LOL, as for the conversation between Diane and Audra, pot met kettle. That's right. LOL, you're so right, Daily Recap Lady. Audra is nothing if not a younger version of Diane. Was a little added with a little added extra. LOL. Audra may have thought it was smart to move to the tattletale to Victor, but I think she just sunk her ship. Actually, she probably sunk more than just the ship. LOL. Victoria needs to get put in her place still. Not seeing what happened anytime in the future. As for Daniel, send him back to monastery. Well, back to where he was. LOL to wait. Those two should have been in the judge's chambers with Phyllis. Oh yeah, Summer and Daniel. Well, the judge wouldn't have let him in. She owned her stuff and she protected her daughter. That's what a mom does. Yes, it was Phyllis who created the mess, but as long as but in the long run, she owned it and she is paying the price for it already. Yes, she is. Not saying that monastery with Father Daniel and Summer shouldn't get a little weary of the new version of Phyllis. Just saying they were a little harsh. Yes, they were too harsh. I guarantee you, in the next 2 years, one of those kids is going to ask mommy to do a little something under the table for them. Let's see if my predictions are right. LOL. I think in order for him to get out of this really bad predicament, Billy needs to resign. I know he's caught between both families. I don't know how he's going to do this. This way, he's not on either side. Go back to the podcast or something you like, but definitely resign. Let those do the wrong crap to each other. LOL. Check in with all of you again soon. Waving hi to you all. Ditos, it is so good to hear from you. It is so good to hear from you. Thank you so much. And yes, Audra thinks she can fool Victor and Nikki. Come on now. And see, Kyle is so stupid. He's never run a successful nothing. No plan. LaShefta says she can try that on Adam. He sees right through her. Summer's not taking responsibility for her actions. They see she's trying. I wouldn't worry about them. We wouldn't want a watered down Phyllis, accept her as she is or kick rocks. Now Phyllis is gonna always be Phyllis, but I think she's learned her lesson about taking stupid plans from stupid people, where she's gonna lose everything. Because before she did it with Stark, she told him, if I do this, I lose everything. Yeah, she knew it. Belinda says, Daily Recap Lady, I love the way you talk about sleazy Audra sleeping with the bosses. Nikki has always had her radar intuition on guard concerning Nate and Audra. Yes, she has. I can't wait until Victor is back and hears what Nikki when Nikki exposes what Nate and Audra tried to pull. LOL. Knowing Victor, he's going to set a trap for Nate and Audra and Adam. I know. Of course, Adam will survive the fallout because he's a Newman. But those other two are going to get their just dues. See, stupid Nate thought he had Victoria thinking he had the golden rod and had her wrapped up because of all the headboard knocking they were doing at the GC AC hotel room. He thinks he's so smart. Uh, the first thing he should have learned is Victoria is daddy's girl, and she's Victor's mini me, the apple of his eyes. I can't wait to see what happens to both Nate and Audra. Feel sorry for poor Adam. I never feel sorry for Adam. I wish, as you've said so often, Adam would start his own legacy away from under the Newman umbrella. Thanks for a great recap. And then Sherry says, Daniel and Summer really do have a lot of nerve. Repeat behavior, just repeat behavior like they are not adults. Summer should take Daniel to the roller coaster, LOL. You know, those two. Anita says, daily recap lady, your imitation of Audra is priceless. Do what you do best. Thank you so much, Anita. That's it for the comments. For YNR Young and the Restless, I will be back tomorrow for another daily recap.